As the midsummer break comes to an end, it's been about a month, but welcome everybody to, this is not a round, this is the Sunoco Royale hosted in Homestead, Miami Speedway. We're here for the Duels. If you do not know how this works, we'll explain that in a minute, but the Duels, the first of two duels for the qualification for the Sunoco Royale. How these duels will work, we already have 15 people locked in through certain qualifications, which is being the Sunoco Royale reigning champion, a winner this season, or top 5 in points on a win. This includes Audrey Baranowska's, William Carlson Jr., Carson Bowers, William Brock, Kieran Mulcher, Jack Halleck, Evgeny Kuznetsov, Adam Vincent, Max Anderson, Alexander Rowe, Cordell Paulson, Scott Roush, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., William Duncan, and Paul Jackson are locked in. The rest will have to qualify through these two duels. How this will work, we split them into 2 packs, and now they must race against each other. Top 9 go through each duel into the full event. Then we'll do qualifying, the actual qualifying for the Royale, and then we'll get the show on the road for the actual race. But we got to do these duels first. There's been some switch-ups already we could talk about. As you can see here, we have this front row set up. They're getting ready to go, get set good. Everyone's getting their equipment fully ready here. But we first want to talk about, where is he? Dak Jovic and the 35 car. This is for Roush Racing Enterprises. There was a switch as Dak Jovic has moved to Roush Racing Enterprises and Kieran Mulcher has moved over to the 40 car. But he's already locked in, so we'll see him later. The entirety of Full Frontal, except for the one-off, is locked in. On pole position, Lorenzo Log in this first duel, trying to lock himself in. He starts on pole alongside Skyla Johnson in an actual very good start for her here in Homestead. In row 2, we have a row of Trailblazers, the only 2 Trailblazers in this event, if I'm correct. Benoit Derby and Sean Angel. Those 2 are going to try to get their way through. On row 3, Connor Hurley, who made his very first start here in the Sunoco Royale last season, but that was in Mid-Ohio. Alongside Tristan Wilhoit, the one-off driver for Roush Racing Enterprises. He's a rookie making his very first start. Then on row 4 is a very familiar name, Ryan Griffin, who made a start earlier this season as he was for the injured Aiden Shepard. And now he's become a one-off for Clever House Racing here in Homestead. He's a favorite out here. Alongside Roger Ray, who actually looked very strong in practice. A lot of people look for him to get himself locked through and a good result in the actual Royale. And, wait for the call.
Drivers, start your engines.
And on row 5, we have Nick Pericles, who needs a pretty good start here. He starts 9th. He's on the last transfer spot alongside Ryan Monaco, who is 1 spot out of it. Needs to lock himself in. Other people in this duel, Bobby Jones is here. Philip Scott is here. Roman Rahal is here. Julio Caesar lines up at the tail end of the field. As that is your whole pack. Ciel Van Aller, who is going to make a start in Season 3. Full time for Money Motorsports before they dropped out right before the season started. He's finally making his first career start here in the mid-season 4. As we'll head back to the front, Lorenzo Log, one of the people everyone expected to get through these duels. But a wreck here will cost you a lot, so you need to be more careful that the guys at the back are gonna be aggressive. As we head around the last corner, 35 laps is not a lot. It's about 20 minutes. They'll be out here trying to lock it down as the very first duel of the Sunoco Royale, trying to see who will be locked in. Top 9 get through. As Lorenzo Log will lead it down for Clever House Racing. Clever House Racing only has 1 person locked in, and that's Cordell Paulson. The rest will have to go through. Green flag is in the air here in Homestead. We come down to turn 1. Lorenzo Log's able to clear, and Skylar Johnson gets down behind him. As those two are leading the pack here. Connor Hurley trying to take 3rd from 5th. He'll get there. You can see Bobby Jones making some risky moves back there. Rudy's trying. Nick Pericles on Ryan Griffin. As here comes Hurley on Johnson. These are 2 ranked Ds fighting for 2nd place. As Lorenzo Log continues to lead here in Homestead, lap 2. A little bit of shakiness out of Pericles. The middle line can work at a 3-wide situation, but the outside can't very well, so Griffin's maybe left out to dry. Here comes the 8 of Philip Scott, making it 4 wide. There's more contact. Pericles is very shaky, very loose today. But Lorenzo Log continues to lead. Hurley continuing to challenge her. Now that it's been announced that there's going to be a light series, a lot of these full-time drivers are really kicking it up a notch, trying to prove that they deserve a spot here, because 2 teams are going to get kicked out, which means 6 drivers are being kicked out. So a lot of people wondering who are those 6 going to be, and Hurley has been one of those suspected people that will move down to lights because of this. Skylar Johnson is as well. These 2 trying to prove themselves, and the Royale is where you do it. This is also a place where you can impress team owners of the Light Series. None have been fully announced yet, but those, you can already tell that some of them have been predicted, as Pericles just moves straight past them both. That's a veteran move right there. Pericles, known as one of the best. Lap 5. We're a 7th the way through this race, as Eric Monaco has already moved himself into a transfer position. So let's get your leaderboard up. So is Roman Rahal and Philip Scott. All 3 of those guys have moved up. The ranked Ds, or not ranked D, Philip Scott's ranked Cs for Monarch. But yeah, those low ranked guys starting to get up there. Some people that need to get up there. We lost Sean Angel and Benoit Ravine through that. If these 2 don't qualify, that's huge. Sean Angel needs something. Benoit Ravine needs something. Sylvan Allers falling back as well. Dak Jovic, to impress his new team owners, he really needs to get this qualifying spot. He was pretty fast in practice. We'll have to see if he can get up there. But Lorenzo Log still leads over Connor Hurley and Nick Pericles. Now Eric Monaco moves into 4th. Eric Monaco also looked very strong in practice. He showed a lot of speed, top 5 in practice actually, which is very surprising out of the Audi Thundersport GP. Red Stallion, one of the theorized to move down to the lights, which would be devastating for them. This is not a points race, however, so this doesn't matter as much. It only matters really for the drivers just trying to impress. Roger Ray is one of the highest people suspected to go to lights. He is currently last in points and is never really impressed, but he's in a transfer position right now. Griffin fighting with Jovic for the last transfer spot. That's 9th. Connor Hurley, Lorenzo Log, and Nick Pericles 3 wide for the lead. Eric Monaco closes. This isn't that serious. All 4 of them are in, and this doesn't actually shake up anything when it comes to qualifying. We'll do a whole qualifying session after this, so they don't have to worry about each other as much. But Eric Monaco just wants this for reputation. Lorenzo Log looks like he might as well. He's fighting with Connor Hurley. Hurley really showing some speed today. Last transfer spot right now, Dak Jovic. Now Roger Ray. Saba Sport. has not had a good season. They may move down. It's the bottom 2 teams in points at the end of the season, and Sabasport has been last since almost the very beginning. And Roger Ray will move down past the transfer, as he is now in 11th. Here comes Sean Angel, trying to make a comeback. So is Benoit Ravine. They only have a few more spots to go, and we're not even halfway through this race. They could very well get there. Benoit Ravine moves below Sean Angel. He's going to try to grab the spot from him. Oh! And that's Dak Jovic around with Ryan Griffin. Oh, and caution comes out for the first time today. In Duel 1, lap 13. Connor Hurley looks like he's going to lead it back. Big question is between Monaco and Pericles. Oh, Royale and Jones as well. It will be Hurley, Alog, Monaco, Pericles, Jones, Royale, Scott, Johnson, and Angel will round out the transfer spots for now. But let's go see what happened to Dak Jovic. Dak Jovic and Ryan Griffin just fought a little too hard. And Jovic just thought he was clear, tried to block the 90. That was just a racing incident. No one was really at fault there. It was just a miscommunication on track. And that's going to cost Griffin and Jovic a transfer spot to the main. Dak Jovic, in his new ride, will not make it to the Sunoco Royale. What a shame. We'll be back. As we're going green, once again, Connor Hurley will lead it down to the green flag, lap 17 out of 35, halfway through. Green flag is out for Connor Hurley. Hurley really proving himself today as he gets off to a demanding start. Look at that last transfer spot. That's Sean Angel, with his teammate hunting him. He'll need to get around Skylar Johnson to help his teammate. But they are in a uniform line here, as Griffin did rejoin, but he's off pace. You can already see that. He is way off pace. As we come out, there's been no position changes since the start of this. Since the restart. And Skylar Johnson still trying to hold off. Angels, actually, she's going to go after Philip Scott to get a cushion for herself from that transfer spot. As I see, Eric Monaco has gotten around Lorenzo Log. It is rank D 1 and 2 in duel number 1. Eric Monaco, while being in a rank D, he's still known as one of the better drivers out here. He's one of the more controlled drivers. And a lot of people were really surprised when he chose to go to rank D. He did it very early in the signups, as a lot of people really expected him to go big. Maybe he will next season, because look at him go now. Eric Monaco challenging for the lead in this duel. Bobby Jones is here. But it's still, all the talk is Skylar Johnson. PA, oh, there's lots of contact. Not Sean Angel. Skylar Johnson going right down the inside, making it 4 wide. Oh, no. We may see another incident, boys. Lorenzo Log being pushed out of a transfer position. Philip Scott clearing Johnson. Angel getting cleared of Jones and Lorenzo Log. Where's the order? Angel is 7th. Jones is 8th. Benoit Ravine was rendered 9th. So now final transfer spot should be Bobby Jones. Lorenzo Log is not in a transfer position. That shut the whole order up so fast. Here comes Nick Pericles for second. Philip Scott has had a up and down season, mostly down, but he's fighting for the second position as well. He's really looking, though, to grab that position from those two. deciding on a lane. It looks like he's going to try to go below Pericles. 3 wide for second. Roman Rahal closes now. Who got it at the line? Eric Monaco got it at the line. Philip Scott really looking down low. Eric Monaco trying to make that way outside work, and here comes Roman Rahal making it 4 wide for second. Pericles gets pushed out. Roman Rahal didn't have enough speed. We're back to a little more organized. No 4 wide. But Pericles trying to restore that 3 wide. Try to go to thread the needle. Is it going to get there? Lorenzo Log blocking way down low. Trying to keep the transfer position. Chase Dunbar has a transfer position. A lot of people thought he was moving to lights. Maybe he'll prove them wrong. And Lorenzo Log looks like he's going to keep the position in a transfer position for now. But it's still Connor Hurley out front, dominating. It's weird to say Connor Hurley dominating a race, but it is Duel 1, and Connor Hurley has led almost the entire duel, trying to get this qualification. Oh, big hold up there. A lot of people lost speed. Lorenzo Log going low on Chase Dunbar. And Roman Rahal trying to get a cushion again. Keep himself in this thing. Now Roger Ray closes behind. This battle right here is for the final transfer spot. Lorenzo Log Lorenzo Log and Chase Dunbar have it. They're trying to fight to keep those positions. Lorenzo Log pushes Dunbar a little wide, trying to clear him, but this causes Roger Ray a little low. Roger Ray grabs it on Dunbar. Now he's going to try to go after Lorenzo Log, maybe. No, not close enough. Lorenzo Log going to clear him and keep that position. Now in 8th. Roger Ray fighting for a transfer spot. He's last in points. He needs a good performance to prove himself that he deserves to stay here. He needs to turn this season around. Philip Scott closes on Eric Monaco. There's not a single rank A in the top 5. There's only 1 rank B, and that's Nick Pericles. There's 3 rank Ds, but Angel trying to change that, trying to give Philip Scott another rank C up in the order. Dunbar still has the last transfer spot as we're coming to 6 laps to go, and Philip Scott has gotten around Eric Monaco. Now he can go after Connor Hurley, the legend himself, Philip Scott. First time ever being in a rank C ride for himself, trying desperately to get up to Connor Hurley. Up his reputation back to what it used to be, because this season has been dismal for the 8 car. Philip Scott closes the gap. Pericles trying to get past Eric Monaco. Where's his brother? Nowhere. Ryan is out of a transfer position. Luisen out of a transfer position. And Van Aller is out of a transfer position. There's only one Thundersport up here, and he's fighting for 3rd. 4 laps to go for Connor Hurley. This definitely won't count as a career win, but it'll definitely up his confidence going through these next few races. Can he pull off the dual win? Here comes Eric Monaco back for 2nd. Challenging Philip Scott. They're getting close to Griffin, but it's 3 laps to go. Dunbar still holding on to that last transfer spot. Jones, the rank A for Epic Motorsports, needs to do something to get there, because right now he's not there. 2 laps to go for Connor Hurley, and he'll lock himself in to the Royale. But here comes Griffin up ahead. Griffin is how far down a lap? Almost 2 seconds down a lap. Are they going to catch him before the end? It looks like they will. Is this going to hurt Hurley? They come into 3 and 4. Hurley is stopped! There's Eric Monaco. Monaco right on the back of Hurley. This is his one chance he's probably going to get to seal the win in Duel 1. Final lap for Connor Hurley. Eric Monaco. Very close. This is just for reputation here. This is just for glory in the final corner in Duel 1. Eric trying to fight on the inside. He gets the run. And Eric Monaco will win Duel 1 and lock himself in. It's Monaco, Hurley, Scott, Pericles, Angel, Alou, Johnson, Dunbar, and Ray Hall will lock themselves in. Those 9 are in. Hurley almost had it. And Eric Monaco by 0.04 of a second. That was a good finish in Duel 1. Eric, who has 1 win to his name, takes it away. He locks himself in to the Royale. Let's go look at your finishing results. As Eric Monaco locks himself in by winning on the last lap here in Duel 1, Connor Hurley, Philip Scott, Nick Pericles, Sean Angel, Lorenzo Log, Skylar Johnson, Chase Dunbar, and Roman Rahal will also join him. But not making it through, Roger Ray, Bobby Jones, Benoit Laveravine. I believe this is his first Royale he will not make. Dan Luisen, Tristan Wilhoit, CL Van Aller, Julio Caesar, Ryan Monaco, Ryan Griffin, and Dak Jovic will not make the Royale. The rest of them, though, are going through and will get set up for qualifying, which will be next video. But before we end this video, we have one more race to do, and that is Duel number 2. And welcome back to the Sunoco Royale. This is Duel number 2. Out of 2. This is our final duel before we move on to qualification, actual qualification for the Royale here in Homestead. On pole position for this duel is one-off driver Chris Louviere for Maverick GP, alongside the number 41 of Melody Bowers for Full Frontal Motorsports. These are 2 one-off drivers. Melody, though, has made a start in the last Royale, in which she did pretty well. On row 2, we have Chris Dodd, who is expected to qualify through, alongside Hans Windhelm, who did very well here last season when it was an actual race on the schedule. We'll see if he can tie together a qualification here today. On row 3, we have Vladimir Petrov for Fitzwater Australia Racing, the second Russian driver to ever come into the SES. The other Russian driver is already in the Royale as he won Phoenix. That's Evgeny Kuznetsov, alongside Joey Manico, who, funny story, made an appearance in the Amsoil Elite Series and has not returned until now. This is his first start since then. In row 4, we have Gerardo Ron, who's looking to possibly get himself through if he can. That'll be a good confidence booster going through for the remainder of the season, alongside Jeffrey Finguy, who is one of the top guys expected to qualify through here, as he is a Speedway veteran. He qualifies in P8, though. And on row 5, you have in the last transfer position as we start Aiden Shepard. Aiden Shepard really not doing too well this season. He, because of his injury that happened in Phoenix, he hasn't really recovered a lot after that, but he says he's back in full force. We'll see if he can qualify through, alongside Steven Thompson for Saba Sport, who they have no drivers locked in so far. We'll see if they can get there first with Thompson. Or no, did Ray qualify through? I'm not sure. I don't think he did. No, he didn't. Along with that, Along with that, you got Thaber Bartlett, who is a British touring car driver. Our third ever British driver in the Sunoco Elite Series. Max Anderson and Kalen Fallon before him. Arndt down here. He needs something to get up there. Bouchard. Daniel Bouchard, another one-off. That's for Savis work. Caldwell really needs something. So does Downey. These two, veterans of the sport, really need something good. Vince Freeze, a one-off. Tim Grant, a one-off. That's for Monarch and for HHR. And then Laughter Stucco will bring up the rear. Again, another 35 laps for duel number 2. Again, top 9 make it through to try to create a 33-car field for the All-Star race for the Sunoco Royale. This is Homestead Miami Speedway, the Sunoco Royale. Chris Louviere in his very first start is going to start on pole for his duel, trying to qualify through in his Dogecoin number 83 car. Yep, Dogecoin. I don't want to talk about it. As we come around the final corner, it will be Chris Louviere leading it down to the green flag for his first time in the Sunoco Elite Series. As we take the final corner, green flag is in the air for the final duel in the Sunoco Royale. Coming out of turn 1, Chris Louviere. Louviere got off to a great start. Melody Bowers got off to an alright start as she's being challenged now by Vladimir Petrov, who is another rookie in his very first start. Shepard started in 9th. He's challenging for 4th in turn 3. What a push out of the 26 as he challenges for 2nd already. Aiden Shepard said he was on form, and he was not wrong. Aiden Shepard started the race in P9, and by turn 1 and 2 of lap 2, he is in 2nd place. What a run for Aiden Shepard on that very first lap. But Chris Louviere will lead the first 2. Let's get the leaderboards up. John Art, it said he had the last transfer spot last time around. It is now Jeffrey Finguy. Registers is having it. Where is he? He's there. Oh, no, he's not. No, it's, oh, wow, Vince Freeze has it. Freeze started near the rear. Two people we're looking at. Finguy and Caldwell. You can see him in this picture here. Dodd dropping back. Thompson dropped back. But Thaber trying to make it up. Get a Sabasport in. Aiden Shepard challenges the lead. Shock Allison putting on a very good show. This was the track they got their very first start in. That was with Tommy Turbo and Scott Roush. And now, here we are. Shock Allison, 1 season later, challenging for the lead in a duel after starting P9 in 5 laps. Art is here. John Art looks very strong. They already have their other 2 drivers in. It's all up to Art now to tail it together for Scott Ganassi. Scott Ganassi looking very strong. They led Aja Baranowska's to a Sunoco Royale championship last season. So this is the reigning champion team. And they're showing it. Art moves up into P2. Look at this pack. P9 right now is registered as Tyler Thaber. But Thaber being pushed back by Laughter Stucco. Stucco trying to put something together. She's doing pretty well. Getting next to Manico. Getting next to Downey. I see Gerardo Ron making moves back there. Gerardo Ron moving on Jeffrey Finguy, who desperately needs a qualifying spot. That'll be a real kick to their confidence if Finguy and Caldwell do not make it through. That will not be good for them. Sunoco has the last transfer spot for now, but here comes John Hart for the lead. He won one of the main events back when we had the main event system instead of a stage system here in the Sunoco Royale last season. That was his first career win coming at Mid-Ohio. Now he's challenging for the lead here in Homestead in duel number 2. Monaco putting on a very good show for us. Laughter, Sunoco moving down the inside of a few more people. Sunoco is 9th, but there is Jeffrey Finguy. There is Gerard Aron. There is Vance Caldwell. 3 people we expected to get through. And Gerard Aron not going to wait for Finguy to make the move. Gerard Aron, known as the unluckiest guy. But a lot of people is watching him, saying he's going to turn it around. But Hans Windhelm for the lead in duel number 2. Makes it 3 wide, but Shepard gets the run on the outside. Windhelm put up a nice challenge, though, proving that he's here to fight. This could be detrimental to these 3. Even though there's no points on the line, there is still huge implications here, because their confidence will probably take a big hit if these guys cannot make it through. Caldwell moves on Gerard Aron. Finguy trying to move on Sunoco, but gets held up. Isn't able to get there. How's the lead battle looking out? Shepard, Windhelm now 2nd, Monaco going for 3rd. I see Downey approaching. Art has momentum up at the top. He's trying to get below ahead of Freeze. Is it still Sunoco? Now it's Petrov. Can Petrov, Fitzwater, Australia, the rest of the team were locked in before the duels even started. Can Petrov lock it together? Oh, but this stampede is seemingly too much for Petrov, the rookie, to handle, especially when he's being challenged by Vance Caldwell, one of the greats. Joey Monaco going for 2nd on Hans Windhelm. This today has been a day of underdogs. We saw Eric Monaco and Connor Hurley battled out for the win before. Now Monaco diving on the inside of everyone, climbing through the field. But the guy who's in the lead is no underdog. He has almost won this race in the past, and he is a huge threat to win the Royale. Aiden Shepard could very well win this race, the entire thing. He just needs to get through qualification, which right now he seemingly will. P9 looks to be Jeffrey Finguy. Has made it. Caldwell is in. Now, Gerard Aron. Is he going to challenge Jeffrey Finguy for the position? We're on lap 15 out of 35. No cautions yet. Here comes the British touring car driver, Dan Bartlett. Or Bartlett, I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it. I'm going to say Bartlett. Dan Bartlett trying to get through. Joey Monaco is in the lead. This drive is for Epic Motorsports, if I'm correct. So this is a rank A ride. No wonder he has this much speed in the car. Oh, they're starting to make moves on people ahead now. Caldwell and Finguy. Downey. Louviere, they moved in front of Gerard Aron. Gerard Aron needs to get a move on. If Gerard Aron doesn't make it, that means we would only see 2 Clever Haas drivers into the actual Royale. That would be Lorenzo Log and Cordell Paulson. Since Griffin already didn't make it through a crash in the last one involving Dak Jovic. Shepard can't go after Monaco because he's fighting with Windhelm. Windhelm definitely one of the stronger guys out here. A lot of people looking for him to get a better ride next season, because he's, if I'm correct, he's top 10 in points. I believe he's 10th in points, and a rank C, 10th in points halfway through the season is unheard of. Windhelm, the German driver, trying to overtake Aiden Shepard. 9th place as of now is rendered as Gatlin Downey. Gerard Aron losing more spots. Here comes Dan Bartlett. Some of these people back here are losing hope. Chris Dodd, Tyler Thaber, Seba Sport has no speed. Daniel Bouchard. We may not see a single Seba Sport driver make it for the second year in a row. If I'm correct, this would be the second year in a row we would not see Seba Sport make it. They might have, I'm not sure. But this pack is so tight. It's still Gatlin Downey, though, has it. Freeze makes a huge mistake, and Louviere's back in a position. Bartlett trying to get into a position. He's moving into 10th now. The BMW driver. They already lost their team leader, Benoit Ravine. But they have Angel and they have Kuznetsov. Can they get Bartlett in? Louviere making moves now. Not going to get there, though. Caldwell going for P2. Vance Caldwell went from almost being out of a qualifying position for fighting for a podium. Gerard Aron would need to get a move on pretty quick now. He's not too far out, though. One mistake out of the guys nearby, and that could be good for him. I don't think... No, lap cars aren't going to be a factor here. It all comes down to the skill of these drivers. But that is the move for Bartlett. Bartlett is into a transfer position. And now he's going on Chris Louviere for 8th. Gerard Aron, what a run back there. You saw him get a really good run. He closed probably like 3-4 tenths. Maybe more. Gerard Aron does not look like he's giving up just yet. He now tells 11th. Can he get the position? Vince Freeze in his very first start. Not doing too well. We have a few people making their first starts, if they're going to make that start at all. Because now, the stages, is what they're referred to as now, in the actual event do not count as wins. Instead, the whole entire overall does. So the Royale champion will get registered with a win. So a win is still on the line. And that's huge for your career. That could get you a better ride next season if you can get there. We've seen a lot of underdogs end up getting better rides. But here comes Hans Windhelm. Talking about underdogs getting better rides, we're talking about people like Gatlin Downey, who, if I'm correct, was on HHR last season. And then Shock Allison, the new team, came out, thought that his performances were good enough, and gave him a ride. He hasn't been doing bad at all. But he really needs this qualification if he wants to keep this ride. Just saying. Other people like Cordell Paulson, who is now up and is 2nd in points because of his new ride. Up at Clever House Racing, he's already locked in because of points. But Hans Windhelm trying to grab up the win. Can he get it done? Caldwell trying to make it 3 wide for the lead. Shepard's there, Arndt's there, but Windhelm takes the lead. They got Philip Scott in. They did not get Julio Cesar in. And right now they don't have Freeze in, but Windhelm is leading in Duel 2. Everyone below Gerard Aron pretty much does not have a chance. That includes Melody Bowers, Daniel Bouchard, Chris Dodd, Vince Freeze, Tyler Thaber, and Stephen Thompson, and Tim Grant. Probably do not have a chance to qualify through. But we still have a few spots to think about. Gerard Aron could very well bring this back. He's fighting for it. Here's Aiden Shepard now for second. A wreck here may end the race. We're getting to that point where a wreck soon may end the race. Where does that lead us? Laughter Stukel for second. She's performing very well. Here, she's been in every season of the Sunoco Elite Series. One of 3 people to be in every season and not have a win. Laughter Stukel, Ryan Monaco was in the last one who didn't qualify through, and then Gerard Aron back here. These 3 have never gotten a win. A full win. I don't even think any of them have ever gotten anything like a heat race win or something like that. But Windhelm, 5 laps to go in duel number 2, and he'll lock himself in. Right now, it is Vladimir Petrov holding down the last spot, but there goes Chris Louviere, who has other plans. Louviere trying the pole sitter of this duel, trying to lock himself in his very first start for Maverick GP. Remember, the rides don't matter as much anymore because the ratings closed up a lot last season. That's why you see people like Melody Bowers back here, who's in a very, very good ride in Full Frontal Motorsports, but is just not performing. So I see Laughter Stukel up here in a top 5 position, doing exceptional for herself. She's done very well this season. And most of all, Hans Windhelm, P10 in points, 3 laps to go in duel number 2 to lock himself into the main event. Shepard retakes second. Arndt trying to retake third. It's basically down to Bartlett, Louviere, Petrov. Seems like it's going to be the battle for it. Downey could play a part. Gerard Aron is losing hope, but he very well could get there. 2 laps to go for Hans Windhelm. But Aiden Shepard begins to close. Shepard, after that injury, a lot of people doubted him. A lot of people thought that he would not have the power that he's known for the rest of the season, but he's proving them wrong today. White flag in the air in duel 2 for Hans Windhelm and Monarch Motorsports. As the team owner of that team, William Carlson Sr. recently passed. William Carlson Jr. just took the team, and Hans Windhelm will run it around the last corner. And Hans Windhelm, Shepard does not have the challenge. Hans Windhelm will win duel number 2 and lock himself into the main. Windhelm, Shepard, Arndt, Caldwell, Stukel, Manico, Finguy, Bartlett, and Louviere will round out your top 9 to go through to the main, as Windhelm circling the track one last time. I'm guessing this is in honor of William Carlson Sr., the old team owner of the team before he passed. Good job, Hans Windhelm, taking duel number 2, locking himself in to join Philip Scott, and winning here. Homestead, duel number 2, he will lock himself into the main event. Let's go look at your finishing results. So, it's Hans Windhelm taking duel number 2 here in Homestead, locking himself into the main event for the Sunoco Royale. Aiden Shepard, John Arndt, Vance Caldwell, Laughter Stukel, Joey Manico, Jeffrey Finguy, Dan Bartlett, and Chris Louviere make it through. Petrov, Downey, Gerard Aron, Tyler Thaber, Chris Dodd, Daniel Bouchard, Melody Bowers, Steven Thompson, Vince Freeze, and Tim Grant will not make it through. Tim Grant just did not have the speed. But congratulations, Hans Windhelm. We have our full field for Sunoco Royale Audrey Oscars, William Carlson Jr., Carson Bowers, William Brock, Kieran Moultrie, Jack Halleck, Yevgeny Kuznetsov, Adam Vincent, Max Anderson, Alexander Rowe, Cordell Paulson, Scott Roush, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., William Duncan, Paul Jackson, Eric Monaco, Connor Hurley, Philip Scott, Nick Pericles, Sean Angel, Lorenzo Logg, Skylar Johnson, Chase Dunbar, Roman Rahal, Hans Windhelm, Aiden Shepard, John Arndt, Vance Caldwell, Laughter Stukel, Joey Manico, Jeffrey Finkai, Dan Bartlett, and Chris Louviere will round out a 33-car field for the Sunoco Royale, the 4th Sunoco Royale. Next time, in the next video, we will be doing qualifying here, group qualifying for the Sunoco Royale, how we will set this field for the main event. And then it'll be the 2-stage amazing main event. We're halfway through. After the first stage, we'll reverse the order and continue on Olympic-style scoring. Until next time, guys. Ciao.